Is this thing on? Now it is. All right, let's do this thing. Hello and welcome to a Hedgehog Make stream. My name's Austin, aka Zombie Hedgehog, and today, what are we doing? We have a KP5L, and I found my PEI sheet. So, hopefully by the end of the stream, we will compare a height map, bed mesh, from the existing stock glass and a PEI. So, that'll be fun. Also, I have a shelf to hopefully build. Uh, as always, this is a Ginger. This is 3D printing and making Hangouts. Feel free to chat and chat, asking questions, but most importantly, have a great time. So let's begin. How's everyone doing today? Was it on the shelf? No. So you know these like curtain things I use? It was like behind one of them. I had like placed it when I was moving, and it was just in a baggie and just it hid. Oh, sorry, Ginger, you can't help out on me. Oh, poor thing. So I did a little bit of cleaning today. Today was a partial cleanup day, trying to reset the studio. All those shelves that were back there, shelves, drawers, those were all temporary. Everything was all temporary. Life is temporary. So, I'm gonna temporarily install this shelf, and maybe it'll be permanent. Who knows? We'll see. So who do we have in chat today? We have a Stream Elements, Maker Bees, Chewy, Drager, Incendium, Disturbed Medic, Bob, Dusty Knuckles, and Justin. Mike sounds different, does it? Is it weird? Is it weird? How's this sound? I have no idea how this sounds, so let me know. Is this a Ustream or a Hangout stream? Well, it's both. It's just me, but we're hanging out. Um, I don't have an easy way of getting guests on here. Even when I had you on, it wasn't well, easy enough, but I still don't have the VOD set up right. Okay, Ginger really wants up. Nothing is set up right. But how's this mic sound? Is it too gainy? Turn down a little bit on this end. So let me know. Sounds bad. Muffled and compressed. Interesting. Okay. Um, it's very interesting. Let me try to listen to myself real quick. Possible that it's doing something dumb. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Using the webcam microphone. Yeah, so I completely moved around my computer. So I just finished plugging in the remaining things that need to be plugged in. Now increase the gain back. Okay, there we go. That's where it was. So that should be good. All right, awesome. We good? We good? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am in an empty room. It's missing a Voron 2.4. So hopefully, the goal is tomorrow we're gonna start the 2.4 build on YouTube. Hopefully. If not, we'll see. But I want to make sure I have a semi-decent looking setup, camera angles set up well, etc. When did Twitch start keeping chat stream going? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? But yeah, I want to start my Voron. Allegedly, I need a base, the base base panel, the bed panel.
for the 2.4 because I'm realizing why I need it is because the motors, the wiring actually goes through it, or not the wiring, but the belts. So that needs to be installed before you put in the Z-axis. Oh well, I'm gonna have that sent over. So by the time we get to that point, I can spend the whole whole stream just squaring up the frame and going over it. Hey, Maker Viking, welcome on in. Yeah, birthday weekend. Hopefully you had a good time. I saw the new do, very epic. Twitch keep Twitch had always had history on desktop. I don't know about mobile. Mobile is like it clears out everything the second you get rid of it. So is it doing that on mobile now or just in desktop? Yeah, so I guess we'll start with Maker Viking. Maybe. Oh, right here. I printed off his calibration cube. a little big. So it's ended up only being 100 grams because it's completely hollow. It's using the split cat hair already. It's using lightning infill. So that came out pretty good. Noticing some weird patterns with the Revo. I don't know what that is, so we could diagnose that on at a later date. But we'll see. Can you even see that on camera? I'll take some pictures of it. But this is at a higher layer height. But you can kind of see it's like kind of weird texture on the sides. Other than that, it's pretty good, and at low layer heights, it doesn't have that problem. Temperature change? I mean, it's possible that I don't know. It's possible that I was hitting the limits of the filament. This is Prushiment, orange. So, we'll see. We can diagnose that later. Having TPU, I do have TPU. I do. I don't really use it much because I don't really print stuff in TPU for random. But for the Death Racer, for the Rocket Mountain Rep Rap Fest, I will be using Polymaker. Did I get both of them? What did I even get? I have no idea. Let me see. Oh, it's up. Okay, so I got. Okay, I got white and black. TPU 95 high flow, white and black. So that'll be interesting. I'm thinking about doing every other. That might look cool. Ooh, I don't know if I can announce this. Maybe, maybe. But what else did I get? I did get the PA 612, so Polymaker's new nylon 612. Try it out. I might use that on the Death Racer. Might be using a lot of not new stuff, but stuff that typically isn't really used from Polymaker. You got black, high flow, and teal 90. Yep. Found a way to print the 90 uses Sprite. Yeah, direct drive extruders help out a lot for printing software TPUs. I also got PCFR. I'm not expecting to just print it, but we'll try. We'll try to print it. So, what else did I print? Oh, where'd it go? This. I printed this. I printed this, but it's resin. Resin. Unfortunately, I didn't clean it right, so it had some pretty nasty haze to it. Chewy liked it, but that was after I started painting it. So I just threw a coat of primer on it. And just checking, I want to make sure the printer worked. And yeah, the printer definitely did do the thing. Printed quite well. This thing is solid, it's heavy. Someone's have to show me how to do the hollow models, because when I start doing real models, I want to maybe not use 100% resin, unless that's how you print with resin. I don't know. Resin is toxic. But yeah, resin. It's fun. I'll show this off in a later stream, but I did get a cleaning station and curing station, another eBay special. So all in, I'm less than $100 for both my resin, like my whole resin setup. Well, that's not bad. I didn't want to do anything crazy, so we'll start there. And eventually I'd love to get what Nero just unboxed and what a lot of the makers are unboxing. Something like really big, like big resin. That's what I want. I want to be able to print things that are normal sized. Nevermore, no smell. I might throw, well, I don't really have an enclosed printer besides that Ender. Maybe I can print on the Ender. Because the whole, actually, it might be really good because that's running the Micro Swiss direct drive, which is an all aluminum hot end. So I can probably find a way to heat this up really well and print it in here right on the Ender. We'll see. High flow TPU is bonkers. It is. It is. And congrats to everyone who got it before the giveaways. The rules have changed, but now it's not too bad. It's still like $15 extra, which is definitely still worth it. So, why don't we start getting into today's main topic, because this is now heated up and is now cooling down. So let's reheat it up. Let's see if this camera works and is, nope. I gotta print off that little thingy. Just print that right now. What film is loaded in there? Jesus. I don't even know what adapter I need, but I need like the little like insert thing for the Logitech webcam. Someone linked it to me. Who was it? Was it Medic? I had it saved. But I need it. It was you. Okay. Rules change. No, not the rules. Sorry. Polymaker used to do a spool giveaway in the US and Canada, but now just in US and Canada, it's a $35 credit to the store. Is this okay? This hot glue is not holding up. Hot glue is not having a good time. Let me do this and then angle it down. Perfect. So speaking of Polymaker, let's just open up one of the giveaways. I know you guys like Polymaker. Hopefully you do. But yeah, just a $35 credit with free shipping. So you can get pretty much any spool on the store. And then you can also put money towards another spool, or if you get, let's say, a spool of Polyterra, you can get a spool and a half, and you can get two of them, paying a little more. Like a lot of options now, which is something I really like. Plus, you don't have to worry about shipping. You do the shipping. So you personally go to the warehouse and pick up your own filament. That's totally how it works. Hey, Stephen Poole. And anyone else I might have missed. Pete, I saw you hop in. I'm not good at catching people coming. Mighty Bean. Opening giveaway is a very good way to see who's watching. Because I got a lot of lurkers. And K2. In the house. Updated photo with lightning added. Lighting added. Oh. Okay, I'm interested. I think I like that better. I think I like it better. It just felt a little weird to be completely the wrong color. Not the wrong, like just black. It just felt a little weird. My suggestion on that while I'm looking at it, if you can tilt it just a little bit maybe, so you don't have that, you see how the inside has a little separation, you can see like the edge. If you can tilt it so you don't see that edge, maybe that would make for a better picture. Let me show you what I mean. But like, you have a spool and you kind of have it like this. What if you tilted it like this? So the inside is all just seeing the wall. Because I don't think it'd be too much difference in looks. Print anything recently? I don't really think so. I haven't really done too much for printing. Everything's kind of failed, so I gave up. Oh, I did this. This came out okay-ish. Okay, so... Oh, is this still not live? Did I touch it again? The wire is very finicky in this camera. I gotta get a new one. It's kind of sad. I'll have to scour eBay for webcams. You gonna work? My webcam finally die. See, this is why I wanted to test test my stuff before I did a whole stream about my Voron, because this is my main handheld camera. Ugh. Alright, that works. Just don't touch it. So I printed this. This is in Polymaker's Christmas Green, but had some pretty nasty looking lines. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the geometry causing it, because it's the whole way around. It's not a layer shift. It's like a huge hull line. Huge. It's wild. The extruder also isn't very clean. This is on the KP3S Pro. So I'd like to eventually switch over to like an orbiter. I want to have everything just on orbiter. Orbiter and CHC. Like that's all I want now. But we still have to test this printer with this Hada and this extruder, which is the same thing, but this is completely stock, except for this monstrosity that we somehow added. So right now, I'm going to be doing a bed mesh on this printer, KP5L. So first we gotta home it. Ooh, it might be completely off as well. Do you have a solution? All right. So no trigger on Y after full movement. Interesting. Is the Y like disconnected? Oh, yeah, the Y motor is disconnected. Okay, interesting. I had moved it from a shelf, so the Y-axis became disconnected, which is fine because I forgot I had also kind of moved the gantry by hand. And fun fact, when you move a gantry by hand and you have Z motors running in parallel, you have to re-level everything. Every time. Every time. It's super annoying. And what I mean by that is this. If I do this at all, like manually move one side up and down, it's completely not level anymore. So dual Z, great upgrade if you have a way of compensating for it, like a probe. So what I like to do is just run some of these blocks, and I put them usually against the frame, but in this case, I'm going to put them right up against the glass and then level it to the glass. Just very, very gently. And this is approximate, it's not perfect. It's going to press down on the glass too, so I want to get it so I can just like barely slide it under. Once you get it, the best thing to do is I did like, just hit the probe completely. Yeah. I like to hold it in place. Then the best thing about a probe, here's a hack for you guys. Once you get your gantry to whatever position you like, come on, firmware restart. Really? The printer's on, right? No, it's not. I'll explain it. Greetings. Yes, we do have a bean. A mighty bean. Okay. Once your z-axis is trammed manually, hit the Z. So try to home Z in Clipper. It's going to lift up the gantry, but then it's going to say, hey, you didn't home X or Y yet. But now the Z is locked. So you're good. So as long as that Z stays with the motors locked, you don't have to worry about releveling until you turn off the power again. Otherwise, running a bed mesh does compensate for that small bit of tilt. Projector on printer. It's genius. I think leveling to the frame might be a better idea. Or is that fixed bed? No, this is hypothetically after you've already leveled the bed. So the bed is leveled when everything is kind of trammed. Slipping that belt. Want to run a Z tilt compensation. Ah, because these motors are in parallel. They're both driven off the same signal. But yeah, if you're tramming to the bed, then that puts in like a known state. Otherwise, you can tram to the frame. It doesn't matter as long as it gets close enough, and you have a probe, and you're doing a bed mesh before every print. But yeah, no, these are just single motors. New board. Well, boards are expensive. They really are. Getting a 5-driver board is expensive. The cheapest one that I know of is probably an Octopus Pro. Octopus Pro, or like just an Octopus, maybe. I'd honestly put a Manta M8P, or if the M5P actually comes to the US. Oh, I would think I was finally supposed to get my Big Tree Tech order, but we had a snow day. SKR3. It's like the same price as an Octopus. Squid 2.0. Nice, I'll have to look into that one. There you go. All right, let's see. Did you do that, or did you tilt it? Did you like manually? Did you manually? Yeah, that might be a good idea. It's just like having a JPEG, you can go poop right in the middle. You moved it manually. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And because I can't even notice that you twisted the spool, so that's perfect. That's exactly what I'd like to see. Good job. Me, Mr. What am I calling myself now? Thank you, Liz. Okay, Chewy, thank you. Let's see, where's my Discord? So, for those who don't know, I am hypothetically going on the Next Layers podcast. He's starting a new podcast on YouTube. Let me see if I can actually link it. Called, what was it, the Infill podcast? Called The Next Layer, and what is he calling it? I mean, that's not what he has on the title. But regardless, go check out The Next Layer. He has some pretty good videos, and his videos are getting better and better. The production quality is very high on those, so I've been enjoying them. Whether or not you like his presentation style or the stuff he covers, but I'm actually kind of excited because I will be going on as a guest next month, or this month, later this month, in about a month. So stay tuned for that. I'll be talking about me, the stuff I've been working on. Probably not a 2.4 at this point. I think it'll take more than that to build one. Maybe I'll be in the process of it and I can show off that. Lots of stuff. So he's doing the Infill podcast, and I suggested the guests are called supports, so he rolled with it. I like that quite a bit. Anyway, enough of that. Let's run a bed mesh, or a height map. So, home the printer. Probably don't want to touch the battery containment unit. Hopefully it still homes. Oh, we never fixed the Z homing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'm homing on the blank side of the glass. Just put it like this so you can see it a bit better. Don't move. Okay. So, oh, let me do, what is it set to for a bed mesh? I want to do like a 7x7. Yeah, it's a 7x7, perfect. Okay. So let's run a 7x7 mesh on a 300 plate. That'll do its thing. And while that's going, maybe I can start my shelf. Yay, let's do it. SKR 1.4, yes, that is possible. Except if you have to buy that from Victory Tech, I don't want it. They've sort of disappointed me in their shipping times and shipping responses. I'm just sick of it. I don't know. I don't like waiting 6 weeks to get my stuff from China. I would rather just get it from the US and pay a little more. Like, there's a point of how long it takes to get things shipped that I just don't want to buy it. And let me know if you feel that way too, but with all these vendors, even West 3D, they take at most a week. And that's so much better than any shipping I could possibly get. Hey, expedited shipping? It's I don't know if I can even do that. I can take a look and see. But is there a way to get expedited shipping from their store? That's also the opposite. That's what I mean, like a week from the opposite side. And usually that's because of whenever I get it. By the time they ship it out, it's usually less than that. On Ali. Yeah, I could check Ali too. Oof. Yeah, see. Where's my... But yeah, if you can find like a 5 driver board on Ali, like the SKR 1.4 on Ali for that price, on their actual website it's that cost, but I don't know about AliExpress. Yeah, so we're tilted here. We're tilted here. That's okay. Let's do I have... Must have that macro set up. I don't have that macro set up? Oh, that's annoying. How far did I get with this? I totally had that macro set, didn't I? Yes, tilt screws adjusts. Screws tilt adjust. Do I not have it as a macro? I guess not. Actually, let me go up. Ha! Still recalculate. There we go. So let's just manual level the bed real quick. You've never seen that happen. It's pretty cool. The probe just probes all 4 corners, and then it'll tell you. So I have to twist this counterclockwise 20 degrees. Not degrees. Sorry. Seconds. And then this one counterclockwise a bit, and then rerun it. We're also going to be taking a look at this mount. It's way too loose, so we have to figure out why it's loose and then try to solve that too. Okay, now I need to rotate this 6 minutes, or sorry, 6 seconds. We got pretty close. 5, and then rotate this again. 3-day to here. 3-day for who? West 3D. It's usually pretty fast. But in general, Maine just takes so much longer recently. I don't know what it is. Amazon takes forever. It takes over a week to get stuff from Amazon. It's like, what? It's so weird. All right, need to remove this 6. This one 2. I'm just moving it a little bit at a time just to get it perfect. It's also hard because this is glass. Glass is so much harder to adjust because the actual glass stays flat and you're kind of pressing up or down on one of the corners. So we need to go clockwise to here and then counterclockwise to where it's pretty much flat at this point. It should be closely flat. I'm just going to verify it and then run another bed mesh. Okay, close enough. Height map. Let's clear it, rehome it, and then calibrate. And then while that's doing that, I will continue to work my shelf. I want a shelf built by the end of the stream. But anyway, SKR 1.4, it does work. It works pretty well, actually. I'm running one in my BQ-BX, the one that has the Rage Rabbit carrot feeder. The downside is that it only has one fan port, so you can only control the blower fans. At this point, I like to have boards with at least 3. 3, so you can have a controller fan hooked up. That's extremely nice. So controller fan and controllable hot end fan, not the cooling fans. So having the hot end fan only come on when it's heating up, that makes a lot more sense, right? I thought I was supposed to ask something else on this stream. I don't remember. I always I'm going through my day, I'm like, oh, I should talk about that tonight on my stream, and then I just forget completely. I was actually very excited I found my PEI. Let me grab that. Hiding. And this ain't no cheap PEI. This is a filament, double-sided. Right here. It's a 310 by 320, so it's a big one. This was not cheap. And I really like these sheets. I like these ones. I've tried the... What have I tried? I don't think I've tried the Fabrico one yet. I haven't. I don't have experience with that. But I've tried the West 3D black ones. That works really well. I've tried a lot of them. And it just turns out the expensive ones are nice. Brand new? Yeah, well, of course it's brand new. So this is what I'm getting for a bed mesh. Feel free to chime in. I was expecting it to be a bit better than this. Yeah. Is this because the bed is that loose? It's very loose. Should we try to fix the bed first before we run all this stuff? Who said the Fabrico one? Said the Fabrico one? Spaller? Oh, tried. Yeah, the Fabrico one's really good. I have one right here. You think so? Yeah, this is the bed heated? Yep, it's at 60C. Yeah, I'll show you. It's pretty loose. We could try to tighten it up. Are the Rockies? Yeah, that's what it looks like, huh? So let's try to fix that before we go any further, because that's going to really mess up stuff. So let me cool down the bed. Let's see if I can grab this. So this is freaking massive, but this is not the high temp. This is the standard Honey Badger. So it has their little logo on both sides, textured. I like to have textured and smooth. I have that for every single one of my PEI sheets when I can help it, because sometimes I want to print textured. Most times I want to print textured. I feel like it has better adhesion, and I like the texture a bit better. But sometimes I want to print smooth for smooth things. So this is a 355 sheet for whenever I mod my simple core. to accept it. I gotta find a way to rigid mount the large 2.4 bed. Either with printed adapters, reworking the gantry. I'll figure something out. I like double smooth. I like textured. I don't love the look of the bottom sometimes. For some reason, I don't know. I just prefer the look of a textured bottom because I calibrate my flow. My top surfaces on my prints are almost perfect, so you can't see the layers or you can't see the lines. So I want to have the same thing on the bottom. But smooth literally defines the bottoms. So if you're looking at it, I prefer to have it textured. If you need to be smooth for some reason, then it's better to have it. We have to have it smooth. But let's take a look at this. And I'll move the gantry up manually. Let's just move it to, I can clip, I can set it to go to, let's say 200. Whoops, that's 20. 200, going up. I can't go 200, okay. 180. Very dirty too. I like the t-shirt. It's a pretty nice one. I like the green and the gold. It's kind of like Christmassy. Hot. Of course, this is hot. I like the look of the, you can really see, this is glass. You see how it's like changing color? You can tell when there's not enough pressure on it because it'll change color. It's kind of cool. But this is going in the garbage pretty soon. Sorry, not the garbage. The actually, it is broken, so maybe in the garbage. Pull the motors. Wow. Hello? Hello? Apparently, this color is not good for that camera. Start undoing the bed. Ah, I have an idea. Let's just unplug the bed. Yeah. Here. Nothing ever goes wrong with unplugging the bed. Hey, look, Clipper actually shuts down when you unplug the bed. The one benefit, the one freaking benefit of this printer. I would just unscrew the knobs. Right. So do we need strain relief? No. No, not. I don't know, chat. Let me know. Would you rather have strain relief or a hot swap bed? Because you know, I'm totally disassembling my bed every single day, and I need that quick swap. The shirt resembles an amazingly awesome guy you know. Oh yeah? Who's that? That off again. It does have, really show it, but it does have insulation on the bottom. So has that going for it. And it is reasonably thick. It's not thin, although I don't know what a good thickness is, to be honest. It does have kind of a crappy bead thermistor in the middle, though. Okay, so here's the bed. And I can go back to here now. Get these yellow springs out of the way. Let me show you what's going on here. So this shouldn't move like that, I have a feeling. And looking at it closely, yeah, it's the actual carriage that's not quite tight enough. So let's find a way to tighten the carriage. I will need your help, chat. I certainly will. This is going to be one of those days, isn't it? A wedge. Oh, well, that's not the issue. I'll show you what I think is the issue. But the actual... this thing should not be loose at all. Well, of course I just loosened it, but it should not be loose. That should be very tight. For some reason this reminds you a lot of Maker Viking. It does kind of look like a Viking. It does say Maker Viking on it. Maybe. Screws. We have that off. We need... I can just slide it out of the way. Don't need to completely take it off. All right. Here's the problem. So, if you've never seen these SG rails, and I don't blame you if you haven't, this is how they're tensioned. The two slots, or two wheels on this side, so this one has four, has 1, 2, 3, 4, has 4 different inverted V wheels, that's the best way I can explain them, on this. And then these right here tension it back and forth. So we need to find a way to twist it. How would you do it? Seriously, how would you twist it? I will pull out my arsenal. A couple thoughts I had are inserting like M3 screws and then kind of going at it with a screwdriver. I can probably do that. See if that works first. I also have no idea which direction we have to twist it. So let's see. Like this. That's what I was thinking of. Kind of like that. Oof. Nope, it's just going to twist them apart. Okay. Hmm. What do? Oh! Oh! I know. I'm super white. What's this camera doing? Maybe it is wronged. Longitude update. I don't care if this is an update. Run me later. Okay. Is it? Auto exposure. Oh yeah, yeah, I get it. The stream is taking over my webcam's controls. Why is it doing that? All right, let's see if this works. C-clip tool. Yeah, I have one. It's not firm enough. I gotta get a different one apparently. But I found my issue. I'll show you if I can pull this back up. Okay, apparently we're not doing default device. Let's see. Are you gonna work? Gonna work? It was not use hardware decoding where applicable. Yeah. Apparently, this camera, this is a C920. I know, I cannot see it either. It's sad. It's very sad right now. I'm gonna unplug it, plug it back in. It's a sad camera today. I'm gonna use my phone for this. I honestly might because I've had such a pain with these webcams. I just want to use my phone as webcam now. So for some reason, it's pulling... Ah, there we go. Now it's using proper-ish. It's gonna adjust itself. Apparently the autofocus is also adjusting itself. Good enough for me. Except for the mount. We'll have to print one of those off. Okay. This is my issue. This is a grub screw. I completely didn't notice that there's a grub screw, but yes. Yes, there is. Oh, I am dumb. I am dumb. So now I should be able to twist it pretty easily. It's like, why is it not twisting? It just... Nero was doing it. He got this printer. He tested it out. He apparently didn't realize how good of a motion system this is. So let's see if this works better. Now that the grub screw is engaged. It's still hard. Which way am I supposed to be going, though? Well, let's try the other way. So that way is definitely loose. Definitely loose. Let's go until it goes tight. I want this tight, tight, tight. That's too tight. Aha. Aha, too tight. Too tight might be okay. Let's loosen a bit. Wow, how did I even have this? Okay. Much, much, much firmer. And I will try tightening it. This one. A little bit, not super, super smooth. Not too tight. I know. I don't want too tight. So I might loosen this one up a little more. I can lubricate these rails a bit more. I don't know what to use for lube for these. I don't have any like grease. All I have is like super slick slick stuff and like a PTF, not PTFE, a silicone, not silicone, sorry, white lithium Otis rod setup. Well, yeah, these are SG rails. These are typically used for ball screws and linear motion systems, like where you need super super rigid applications, but you want cheap. Apparently, that's where this is used. Try tightening this a little more. Go as tight as that goes, allegedly, apparently. And that felt okay. Let's try this again, just a little more. So I can feel, if I can easily move it like this, I'm sure I could use the tightening. Okay, that seems okay-ish. White lithium. On your what? On your what, though? Because this is a unique case. Well, you don't put white lithium on rods, right? Because you already have the ball bearings are lubricated. If there's ball bearings, you lubricate the bearings, and you put a light oil on in the bearings. No, you don't use white lithium in bearings. You use a thick grease. But I'm curious what this would use because it's just rods. Like I feel like it would need something to help out. I don't know. It also doesn't feel the absolute like smoothest. While I'm in here, I can tighten up these, make sure those are all tight. Wait a minute. Is that not tight at all? Or is that stripped? Oh wow, that wasn't tight at all. Oof. Wow. Wild. I tightened a couple of these when I was testing this out last stream that I did this. Yeah, these aren't tight at all. I couldn't access them because they're under the bed. Cool. Alright, well, I'll try this. See if that's any better? Like these ones feel smooth. These ones feel a little tighter now. That's okay if it's a little tight. I guess because it's the bed. And the bed shouldn't be loose. And that's the issue with V wheels, is that on your bed you need extra stiffness on your bed. And you can't get that with V wheels because if it's too tight, it'll quickly wear out. If it's too loose, well, you'll have a loose bed. So there's no really happy medium with a bed, especially a large bed. And that's why you'd want to go with a linear motion system. But My goal is to get this thing up and running, seeing how much we can push it. See if this is a 300 bed. I want to see if we can get this moving pretty fast because while the bed itself isn't rigid mounted, we can get it pretty stiff with those white screws. We'll try our best. I'm going to put these in, and then we're going to test. The grub screws. Yes, I didn't tighten the grub screws. Probably wouldn't make that much of a difference, but yeah, we'll tighten the grub screws. Thank you. If I keep you around. I didn't know there were grub screws. Also, going to be a good thing that we don't tighten them. But yeah, we will tighten them. It's such an odd system. I'm not used to it. It's just so weird. So weird. But hey, at least with this one, you can lock the stiffness, the preload. You can't do that with V-wheels. Remember when you're tightening screws with an Allen key? Never, ever, ever torque. Never apply the final tightening with the ball end. You'll just strip out the head of the screw. And it might not seem like it, but over time, it will. So always use the flat side. So that's why I got these long screwdrivers with the regular hex tip on them. So you want to just use that. And then don't apply too much torque, but for a setup. It's begging for a fix. Like, save me. Please, print out an adapter. There we go. Good enough. Now let's see. Is it any less wobbly? I think it feels a bit less. A little bit, maybe. We'll see with the bed on there. We'll get that bed really cranked down, too. These guys back on. Also use silicone spacers, but for this size bed, I want the springs to allow for thermal expansion. They definitely will help. This is a very thin bed, so I want to try to avoid warping as much as possible, especially when I switch to PEI. So I'm just lining up these screws carefully, dropping them into the spring. Like that. Perfect. Now put on all the leveling knobs. I'm going to get them pretty well tensioned. I want as stiff as possible of a bed. I'm going to try to push this printer because I will need a comparison printer when I get the SV06 Plus in. This is the only competitor that I know of on the market for the price to the SV06. So, how much better is the SV06 Plus compared to this printer? Spoiler, it's going to be a lot. The whole tool head's a lot better. It's a fixed bed that's better. The motors are probably not underpowered by default. I'm guessing quite a bit is going to be better, but that's just a hypothesis, and we'll have to test it. But oh yes, we're definitely doing content on it. There's no way I'm just buying a printer for fun, so definitely doing some content. Yeah. Okay, got that one on. Where's the last one? Here we go. So who's excited for the Voron 2.4 build starting up? Anyone? I definitely am. I want the printer built. Right now, it's just a drawer. It's a 2.4 drawer. It's not even useful. It's a drawer. So getting this all pretty tight, but not super tight. Let's check it now. It still definitely seems more loose than it should. It really does. But at least now when I do this, the whole entire thing is flexing. Like I can also flex it front to back. So not the best bed arrangement. It really is not. Team Born blown away. Well, I have my simple core, and that's essentially a Core XY, um, you know, whatever you call it. It's a Core XY printer, and once you have one, then they're all kind of similar. But I'm excited for the 2.4. That'll be a fun build. I'm excited to see the little mini features they put in along the way, stuff to make the printer better that essentially over-engineered. I'm excited to see how over-engineered that printer is. Hey, what's up, Mad Cat? How goes it? Liz is working on the 100% Maker Deck logo. Yeah, white balance. I know. Damn, that's looking good. I like it. I like how you split the slices. It's not bad.